What's up, everybody? Cynda here, and welcome back to another episode of Cynda Talks. I'm in the bed, which only means one thing. We're talking about Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon, and man, what a snooze fest! Alright, so first of all...
Boo! I'm a ghost!
What? Ah! Whoa! Yeah!
Whoa. Calm down there, buddy.
Ah! The IRS! I'm sorry for lying about that charity work I didn't do. I'll never do it again! I think I've proven myself very capable of not doing things.
I'm not the IRS.
Ah! The repo man! I know I'm 2 years late on my mortgage, but please, these investments are gonna pay out soon enough.
I'm also not the repo man.
Ah! The Tooth Fairy! I'm sorry for putting cut-up pieces of toilet paper underneath my pillow and pretending like they were teeth! Ah!
I'm not the Tooth Fairy either.
Then, who are you?
I am the ghost of Let's Play Present.
Huh?
Let's Players, I'm here to haunt you because you haven't finished that Super Metroid Let's Play yet.
Ooh, yeah, about that.
You haven't finished it. It started a year ago.
But it's hard to edit. Here, tell you what. I'll make a Cynda Talks episode over Super Metroid. Call it even. How about that?
No, you have to finish the Let's Play.
I mean, I'm already in the chair.
Don't you dare do the thing.
What's up, everybody? Cynda here, and welcome back to another episode of Cynda Talks. Super Metroid was released on the Super Nintendo Entertainment System in 1994 and released to, whoa, review scores. This game is commonly considered to be one of the greatest games of all time. But is it that way for a good reason? Or do fans have their rose-tinted glasses on a little too tight? Let's find out. My history with the Metroid series is all thanks to Super Smash Bros. No, I'm not kidding. Looking at all the trophy descriptions, learning about the lore and locations of Metroid, the series looked interesting. So I bought the Metroid Prime Trilogy collection on the Wii U, and was immediately disappointed with how obtuse the first game was. But that was a 3D game, and I heard that Prime was really backtracky and the design was, So when my brother bought an SNES Classic in the summer of 2018, I gave the series another chance. And one of the first games I began to play was none other than Super Metroid. The game starts out on the space station Ceres. Samus rushes there to find out it's been attacked by her rival and space pirate Ridley, who stole the baby Metroid Samus found at the end of the last game, Metroid 2 on the Game Boy. Ridley flies away to the planet Zebes, where the first Metroid took place, and Samus chases after him, starting a brand new adventure. One thing this game does incredibly well is atmosphere. Despite all the visuals being limited to the capabilities of the SNES, you feel like you're in this world. There's a sense of immersion that's extremely impressive given that the whole game is presented in 16-bit, and the visual style works as well. This game looks really good. And while that may be because I'm a sucker for 16-bit, the visual style holds up really well. The sound design and soundtrack also work in tandem with the visuals. I normally don't talk too much about sound design, but this game does it really well. I mean, this game has aliens that sound how you think aliens would sound. HP and ammo drops have a distinct sound when you pick them up, and when you upgrade your beam weapon, it sometimes changes the sound of the beam it makes when you fire it, augmenting the upgrade with a new array of sounds to tell you got something new. The soundtrack as well is just nothing but super atmospheric jams. Tracks like Red Soil Brinstar and Green Brinstar are absolutely amazing. And while more ambient tracks, like the one that plays in the first part of Criteria, are good in their own way in the sense that they enhance the atmosphere, while not having much of a melody in order to keep a sense of tension as you explore this unfamiliar planet. Which is a next level segue into the core gameplay of Super Metroid. This game works very similarly to the NES original, as Samus needs to explore this world and defeat bosses in order to unlock the final battle against Mother Brain. However, unlike the NES original, this game ditches most of the obtuse and unfair bogus stuff, and Super instead only has a few totally obtuse and unfair things that are typically only an issue on a first playthrough. And while getting stuck or lost is very frustrating, that's the point. Samus is lost on this alien planet. It would be weird if the path to the boss was just laid out for the player. For example, that's the problem a lot of people had with Zero Mission, a remake of the NES Metroid, where these Chozo statue guys created waypoints for Samus to follow. As a result, Super strikes a nice balance between super unfair and super fair. One of the key parts of the Metroid series is all of the collectible upgrades hidden throughout the world. Samus's main beam can be upgraded 5 times, eventually becoming this huge tri-beam destruction laser that one-hits KOs basically every enemy in the game. Missiles and super missiles also make an appearance as the limited but powerful item to defeat strong enemies and unlock missile and super missile doors. And power bombs appear to be a more powerful but ammo-restricted boost to the traditional morph ball bombs that open up special power bomb doors. Energy tanks also return from the original. They expand Samus's HP or energy by 99 points each, but now they're also reserve tanks that work just like energy tanks, but instead of directly filling up the bar, they activate when Samus loses all of her energy, or whenever you choose to activate them. These tanks are extremely useful since they act as energy tanks, but since they work just like them, it's confusing why they were implemented in the first place. Since even though they work as a revive, they would have given the same amount of HP if they were just energy tanks. But I can't complain, as I really like the ability to choose when to use the reserves. Overall, the different items and upgrades make searching across Zebbies incredibly fun, and since there's such a huge variety of items, it makes tediousness a non-issue. Now, since the gameplay is so maze-like and non-linear, there are some really crazy things more experienced players can do, like defeating the bosses in reverse order, skipping key progression items, and all kinds of insanity. Super Metroid speedruns are wild since the route can be optimized in so many different ways. Heck, I got onto the wrecked ship without the grapple beam once, and it's not fun since the grapple beam is a key progression item, but it's rare to see a game with so many cool tricks you can use to speedrun a sequence break. So we've explored the entire planet of Zebbies, and now we're ready to fight Mother Brain. But before, we had to fight the bosses, which are pretty well designed. Kraid's battle takes place in an arena with a floor of spikes. Crocomire's fight takes place in a hallway where you have to push him towards the lava pit to defeat him. Phantom can turn invisible and teleport around the arena for a very difficult fight. And the last boss in the intended order is Ridley, who is really strong, and his fight is more of an all-out brawl than one with a specific auto-win strategy. And it makes sense for Samus' rival to be the most chaotic boss, and it makes for a great battle. Now we finally made it to Torian after defeating all the bosses. Whew! But the war isn't over yet. Metroids litter Torian. The only place in the game you see them besides the baby Metroid Ridley stole off the ship at the beginning of the game. And now we have to fight the leader of this whole operation, Mother Brain. And this fight is actually incredibly easy. It's really more of a cutscene than a battle. But once the Super Metroid sacrifices itself and gives Samus the Hyper Beam, she beams Mother Brain, and then there's a self-destruct sequence. Samus blasts away from Zebbies after saving the animals that taught her the Shine Spark and Wall Jump with extremely useful speedrunning tools, and finally leaves Zebbies forever, since it blew up. Well, there you go. You happy now?
No.
Look, I'll get the Let's Play done eventually.
Well, I'm just gonna annoy you until you finish it.
Or until the end card shows up.
What? No, you have to finish the Let's Play!